Hello friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Tom, and this video is all about the changes from Monster Hunter Tri to Monster Hunter 3U. Let's get into it. The ultimate version of Monster Hunter Tri brought so many things. We got G-Rank, we got a new port, we got crossplay, we got transferable file data, we got a Wii U version, we got a whole other analog for the 3DS. What? Yes, that's amazing. We got so many things jam-packed in this one game, Monster Hunter 3U. So what do we know that Capcom absolutely loves to do? They love giving us a G-Rank version. So they took Monster Hunter Tri and they gave us a G-Rank version and expanded on a lot of things. They decided to play off a lot of the things that worked well in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. So for instance, they actually kept all the weapon classes in the game this time. So they reintroduced all of the weapon classes that they had taken out of Monster Hunter Tri. Monster Hunter 3U is actually available on the 3DS and the Wii U. It came out in Japan December 10th, 2011 on the 3DS, and then it came out a year later, December 8th, 2012 on the Wii U. In North America, the 3DS version and the Wii U version came out at the same time, March 19th, 2013. The big difference between the Wii U version and the 3DS version is that the Wii U supports 1080p, 30 frames a second, and dynamic shadows. Other than that, they're pretty much the exact same game, even having such things as linked multiplayer, which we'll get into. One other big difference between the two versions on the 3DS and the Wii U, the 3DS actually didn't have online capabilities by itself at this time, so the only way to play multiplayer was to ad hoc to other 3DS systems. However, you could transfer your save file and play online using a Wii U. Alright, first let's just talk about all the notable big changes that they made for Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate. They took out the support for the Wii Remote and Nunchuck control style. They introduced a new element in the game, the Blast/Slime element. The Locklack City from Monster Hunter Tri has been replaced with Port Tanzia. They added G-Rank to the game. There is crossplay between the 3DS and the Wii locally. You can transfer file data between the 3DS and the Wii, allowing easy portability and home play. Note that you can't transfer data between different regions. The Wii U version also supports gamepad-only play. So if wifey's using the TV, you could still play Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate, baby, on your Wii U, if you even have one. The 3DS supports the Circle Pad Pro. Hallelujah, baby! The 3DS also could customize the bottom screen to pick out features that best fit you. You can move the map, targeting system, combine items, use items, lots of stuff. It was super handy, and it was almost like an early day radial menu, except it was completely unique for the 3DS considering it had a bottom touchscreen. They also introduced awards, or something similar to achievements for completing certain tasks. The game included support for chatting with the gamepad, as well as built-in voice chat, exclusively on the Wii U. You can finally eat a meal after taking a quest. Not during the quest, just after you accept it. I don't know why it took this long to get to this point, but thank God we finally got there. Something I forgot to mention in the Tri video is that torches were actually a thing in dark areas. So you would actually need to bring a torch or take it from the supply box, take a torch with you, because in the dark areas, you would need that torch to illuminate the area. It was so dark that you would actually be forced to bring light with you. Yes, that was one of the immersive things that they were working on. However, everyone knows on the Wii, all we would do is just turn the brightness up on our TV, because who the hell wants to bring a torch with them? Anyway, so they removed that feature because no one liked the torches. Torches for dark areas are now useless because the lighting has been changed to no longer need them. In Monster Hunter Tri, if you had a sword and shield, you could actually attack with the torch in your hand, and it would scare off certain small monsters. Just a little fun fact. Subquests are now gone in Monster Hunter 3U. Water combat is brought back, baby, and every weapon gets it now. So, yeah. Now you finally don't have to wait for Plesia to take a bite of your frog. You can just go, get up! I'm not jaded. The targeting camera was implemented in the game. Pressing L after locking on, it would change the camera to face the locked on monster instead of in front of the player. Double tapping it would center it in front of the player. There was one other camera type. Once you locked on, the camera would actually stay centered on the monster. At that point, it's just personal preference to what you like best. DLC quests are available for download and can be played at any time, just like on the PSP. Village quests go up to high rank quests now and have some of the subspecies from Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. Dragon Blight, which was actually gone in Portable 3rd, returns now and gets rid of your elemental damage instead of your affinity, so the mechanics are changed just a little bit. You also receive more damage from dragon attacks if you have Dragon Blight. After the success of having 2 cats in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, they gave us a new companion alongside Cha-Cha. His name was Kayamba. He's just another comrade just like Cha-Cha and can do very similar things, but they decided to give us a second companion just like Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. The game has many improved loading times. They redid a lot of the menus and the HUD overlays. There are 211 new quests. That's a lot of quests. 63 village quests, 136 G-rank quests in Port Tanzia, and 12 arena quests. That's a total of 339 new quests. There's over 1,000 new weapons and 1,000 new armor pieces. And let's talk about some of the new items in the game. And before I touch that, let's actually talk about the new item that I forgot to mention in Tri, which was the cleanser item. And not only just the cleanser, but they gave us items to restore our oxygen levels while underwater. The air filter and mega air filter. Also the oxygen supply item. All 3 of those were brand new items introduced in Tri, as well as the cleanser, which was introduced in Tri, which was for very specific monsters like Baroth that covered you in mud. Now that the Tri items are out of the way, let's move on to the 3U item exclusives, the new boys. Let's talk about them. Bring in the Dust of Life, baby! No, for real, we got the Dust of Life, which was a huge improvement on multiplayer. We had life powder, but now we needed something that just healed our teammates a little bit more. Dust of Life was introduced, allowing you to carry 2 of those suckers. Thank God. What else did we get? A couple other new items. We got the Tanzia chips, which recover the red portion of your health and speed up health regeneration. Kind of like an early version of the jerky, except not quite there yet. We also got the introduction of the Holy Nullberry. I don't know if you guys have used these suckers, but they literally cure almost any elemental blight. So, yeah, take that, fucker. Another small little change was they actually gave us the ability to choose between day or night in the free hunt mode on the deserted island. Random little tidbit here, there's no longer a distinction in whether you kill Kelby or KO them before carving. So yeah, just be aware that you might be carving a live Kelby. You horrible, horrible person. Boom, baby. All right. Let's talk about the weapons. All the weapon classes, like I stated, are back in the game. So that includes bow, dual swords, gun lance, and hunting horn back in, baby. Slight weapon alterations. I'm not going to list them all, but a few of them include the greatsword actually has a faster charge than in Tri. It's almost similar to the one that they had in Portable 3rd. So if you never played Portable 3rd, you will be happy to find out that the greatsword charges a little bit faster. There are no more medium bow guns from Tri, which was in part of my research for Try, but I didn't really actually feel like it left such a big impact that it needed to be in the video. But those are a thing. Medium bowguns were kind of an in-between light and heavy bowgun in Monster Hunter Try, but they are gone, sorry to say. They took out the medium bowgun, and now there are only light and heavy bowguns. To add to that, you can no longer build your own bowgun parts. All you forge are full sets, although you can customize little things here and there. Bows get half damage underwater, and the range is really limited. Don't use a bow and arrow underwater. Might be best to use those for land-based creatures. Also, the Kelby bow is broken, so I've read. And lastly, the bow actually gets slime coating, so that's pretty dope. There were a few new locations added into Monster Hunter 3U, the Misty Peaks, the Tower 3, and the Tainted Sea. That rhymed. Let's talk about the new monsters in the game if you were coming straight from Monster Hunter Try. So, this is a lot of monsters now. If you were coming straight from Monster Hunter Try, we've got monsters from Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, and brand new monsters to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. So let's go through it. The list is as follows. From Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, we get Azure Rathalos, Silver Rathalos, Pink Rathian, Gold Rathian, Plesioth, Green Plesioth, Black Diablos, Nargacuga. From Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, we get Arzuros, Great Ragi, Lagambi, Volvidon, Nibblesnarf, Duramboros, Zinogre, Crimson Quirpeco, Purple Ludroth, Jade Baroth, Baleful Giganox, Sand Barioth, Steel Uragon, Glacial Ignactor, Green Nargacuga, and finally, the brand new monsters for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Brachydios, Rust Duramboros, Stygian Zinogre, Lucent Nargacuga, Ivory Legiacris, Abyssal Legiacris, Savage Deviljo, Halogen Moran, Gold Beard Ciatis, and finally a new boss, Dire Moralis. As well as new monsters, a lot of the monsters got brand new moves for the G-Rank quests, which is really awesome because it's nice to know that they're going to throw something new at you when you get up to these harder rank quests. Lastly, let's just talk a few small things in the series. So, this is the first game where they actually introduce something called Hunters for Hire. You can hire other hunters to gather materials for you for a small fee. You need other hunters' guild cards for this to work. So naturally, you'd have to have already paired up with other hunters, traded guild cards, and then after that point, you can actually hire those hunters offline to go out and gather materials for you in between quests. It's a nice little addition, and eventually was replaced by Safari, but it was a cool feature in the 3rd generation here. Here's a little tidbit of information for you if you made it this far, okay? Charms, which are the RNG hellhole that they are in this game. Charms are a piece of equipment that give you bonus points for skills, and they are completely random. So at the end of a quest, you might get the one you need, you might just get nothing, or you might just get fencing +1. Who knows? It could be anything, really. That's the weird part about charms, is that they're 100% RNG. Well, in this game, it's a little worse than just 100% RNG. Charms are just straight bullshit in this game, and are predetermined which ones you will actually have access to in your RNG pool when you start a character. If you end up with one table that you don't like, and let's say that handicraft +5 is not in your table, well, you are never going to get that handicraft +5 charm. So yeah, feels bad. If you think RNG was bad in World, then you'd be real mad to know that some things are not even attainable in 3U. Yeah. What do I mean by table? Well, when you start the game, you are automatically assigned one of 10 tables. I think it's around 10. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to learn more about it. All right, I think that covers all of it. Holy cats, that was a lot of info. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave me a like on the video. It helps out a ton. Also, if you want to help out the channel a little bit, hit that subscribe button and share this video with a friend, a fellow hunter. I've got more history videos coming on the way, and I am also going to be covering more Monster Hunter World content. Anyway, happy hunting out there, friends. Take care.